It's time for sports on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Let's get into the latest in the world of sports. But you can also join us on Facebook 3FM 92.7, on Twitter at 3FM 927. Well, let's get into the stories. Just 8 years after the inception, Accra Lions as an institution is growing by leaps and bounds. The club have moved from Division 2 and gradually climbed into the Ghana Premier League. It's been 2 years and the club have established in the top flight, currently sitting ninth on the Ghana Premier League table. While in the aspiration to expand 1991 FIFA World Cup, FIFA World Player of the Year Lothar Matthäus has purchased a stake in Accra Lions. Matthäus, a World Cup winner, becomes a part owner of the Accra-based club. He joins forces with other partners, renowned football agent Oliver Koenig and Ghanaian winger Frank Echampong, as well as the club.
First, I thought they like to work with young players. They play different football than another clubs in West Africa. They like to play the technical style. They like to play in the offense. And I know what means when you are a young player and you get the support, the right support. And I think the Accra Lions had always, especially the coaches, who improved the players and who give them a style.
Is going to give them a style. Now, Frank Echampong, who couldn't grace the event, has been invested with the club since he moved to China. Executive Secretary of the Professional Footballers Association of Ghana, Anthony Bafo, was full of praise for the former Ghana international.
This is another milestone in the era of Accra Lions. I think they started 6 years ago. They were in the second division, and now they play in the Premier League. And kudos to Oliver. Kudos to also Nana Obri, the CEO, but more kudos even to my younger brother, Frank Echampong, who is an investor. And I'm 100% sure that his money is correctly invested.
Well, that is from Anthony Bafo. Now, although the addition of Matthäus could mean there would be alterations with how the club is run. However, technical director for Accra Lions Football Club, Ibrahim Tanko, says nothing is going to change.
Like Lothar Matthäus, a world star, to come and join Accra Lions, I think it's a very big thing, and we are happy to receive him here, and we hope that what he saw in Accra Lions that make him come, he will get it done. I think so. Lothar knows the club now, the people who are running the club, and he's 100% sure that they are the right people. So I don't think there's going to be any big change.
There's not going to be any big change, according to Ibrahim Tanko. Now, the Ghana Football Association President Keto Kirko reveals how this is going to benefit the football industry in Ghana.
The German market and all German-speaking territories in the world will be turning an eye and look at Ghana because Lothar is here. Today, Europe will have a turn and look at the Ghanaian football industry and ask what is happening because Lothar is here. Today, the world will again, after the Mondial, have a look at Ghana and say, what is happening? Why is Lothar in Ghana?
That was the president of the Ghana Football Association, Ket Edwin Simeon Okrako. Now, Lothar Matthäus has revealed that he was approached for the Black Stars job early in the 21st century, 2005-2006, when Ghana was trying to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt and also the World Cup in Germany.
It was around 2005, 2006. Buffy was talking today about this. We was in Dutch in one way, and it was some reason it was not walking in the last steps. Maybe the interest was from their side. Maybe there's a lot of candidates on the list, and I maybe was one of this candidate, but on the end they decide for another one. Everything is okay.
Everything is okay, according to Lothar Matthäus. Now moving on to Asante Kotoko SC head coach Abdoulaye Ghazaleh has revealed his side will be very much poised for the Ghana Premier League game against Karela United on March the 32 as they seek to drop no points in their quest to clinch the title.
I think this particular match is a motivation match to us. because it's an assurance that we assure each other, both the technical team and the playing body, that the last 4 matches we are not going to drop even a single point. And this one is a motivation to us to go back and get that particular 3 maximum points. I know Calera too is a good side. They are also troublesome, but all the same, we have time to prepare again. We want to bring the supporters back into the stadium, and we are going to do the right things. We are going to put the right things in place, get the right system that we can use to also get that particular 3 points next week.
Santiago coach Abdoulaye Gazelle there. Now this evening, Pep Guardiola and his Manchester City team have already won the Premier League, but they have an outstanding game against Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex Stadium. Guardiola says he expects his side's level to drop off after winning the Premier League, but his challenge is to maintain it ahead of the 2 cup finals, one in the FA Cup against Manchester United and also the UEFA Champions League final on the 10th of June against Internacional.
We will run a lot, we will suffer a lot, and I think the best way to prepare the finals is be still ready. We'll have a days off, we'll have a relax in the training session, but the moment we have to play, this play is set one type of standards, and you have to maintain it. So otherwise it will be more difficult for the finals. It's normally we're going to drop, because we have an incredible amount of energy, spend a lot of energy the last month, a lot. It's not just, so Arsenal play for just the Premier League. We have the FA Cup, we have a Champions League, Bayern Munich in Madrid. Being behind Arsenal, we have to knowing the game, the energy we spent was massive. And now once we lift the trophy, so it's normal you drop. It's normal. But you have to avoid it, don't drop much. Otherwise the 2 teams, they can hurt us and really hurt us. And you have to avoid it. Playing our game and adapt the way they play, what you have to do differently in both games to arrive after 1 week, of course, arrive to United and Inter in the best conditions possible.
The best conditions possible. Now, Arsenal have confirmed that Bukayo Saka has signed a new long-term contract with the London club. Saka follows Martinelli and Aaron Ramsdale in signing a new contract with the Gunners. Talks are continuing with William Saliba over an extension as Arsenal look to secure the futures of all their best young talent. Arteta on Saka signing a new deal with Arsenal.
And thank you as well for everybody at the club that has been involved to try to get that deal done, to his family, his agent. Everybody has put a lot of work and time on it. I think he represents this club in the best possible way, and I think he has made this new contract with his contribution to the team, to the club, for how he is, and now we have to move again. A very special person. He's really likable, really humble, loved by everybody here. The way he talks to people, he takes time to really understand how people are feeling, what they need. He really cares. It's not something that he does because of his role. He's genuine, and I think that's his biggest attribute, that he really cares for people.
Unique person.
Unique, absolutely.
Very unique person, according to Mikel Arteta. Now to the Premier League, and the clubs are furious over the delays to Manchester City and Everton's financial cases. Chief football writer for Independent, Miguel Delaney, explains further why the clubs are not happy.
The Premier League has kind of multiple role as an organiser, a regulator, an investigator and a prosecutor. And so one of the suggestions that I've been told about that has been put to the Premier League repeatedly and for 3 years is they should develop some sort of independent disciplinary unit or investigatory unit like UEFA has with 2 separate chambers, or now like the EFL has, and which was shown in the speed with which the Reading case was dealt with. And one of the arguments is because it doesn't have these units, it has played into how long particularly the City case is going. I mean, even there's been frustration with the Everton case, which involves a reference to the Commission for one alleged breach. That there was some thinking it would be done before the end of the season. Instead, it could go into the closed season, perhaps longer. But and one of the frustrations, of course, is that while these issues go unsolved, particularly with the City case, given it involves a title, given the length of time, given the number of breaches, that it just leaves this kind of we can't say anything right now.
Well, a lot of difficult things to talk about now to the case on Vinicius Jr. Spanish police on Tuesday arrested 4 people suspected of hanging an effigy wearing jersey of Real Madrid player Vinicius Jr. off a highway bridge in Madrid. The arrest came just 3 days after the latest case of racist abuse against the Brazil forward. Now, Vinicius has been freed from suspension on Tuesday after his red card against Valencia in a match during which he suffered racist abuse from home supporters. Now, manager for Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti, says Spain should follow England's approach to racism in football to kick it out entirely.
We're worried about what's happened, like everyone else. I think everyone's worried. Many things are being said about this, and it's fair and right to talk about it. This can be a great chance to make things better very quickly. Vinicius is sad, but he didn't train today because he had an injury. He's not guilty. He's a victim who can be painted as guilty sometimes when people say he's provoking or talking about his attitude. No, let's make it very clear. Vinicius is the victim of all this.
Condenar no es suficiente. Hemos empezado a condenar hace...
Condemning is not enough. When did we start doing it? We've been condemning racism for a very long time. But after condemning, one needs to act. And nobody has acted yet in a way that makes this problem go away. It's a problem of racism and it's a problem of insults. There are countries where you're not insulted. People don't insult you. In England.
No te insulta.
People don't insult in England. Well, that is the approach. And yesterday, some matches came up. Real Valladolid and an important 3-1 victory over champions Barcelona to boost their La Liga survival hopes on Tuesday. The hosts were good value for their victory and climbed to 17th, moving provisionally 3 points clear of relegation zone. Surprisingly, that a side that had lost their 5 previous games won against Barcelona in the La Liga. Now, we also say that put one foot into next season's Champions League with a 1-0 win over 10-man Almeria on Tuesday. Takefusa Kubo's first half strike gave Emmanuel Alguachi's side a 4th and 8-point lead over 5th place Villarreal, who faced Cadiz on Wednesday. So that is it there from the Spanish La Liga. Finishing off with some news from the Coppa Italia and the NBA. This evening, Fiorentina against Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia final. The game is at 7 p.m. So Inter seek their first title of the season before the Champions League final against Manchester City on the 10th of June. Now to the NBA, Celtics claimed a 116-99 points win over the Miami Heat after losing the first 3 games of the series, sending the series to Game 5 back in Boston as they look to do the impossible and become the first team in the NBA history to win a 7-game series from 3-0 down. Jason Tatum had 34 points and 11 rebounds. He has spoken on the approach of the Celtics as they look to prevail in the East Finals.
Yeah, everybody was in good spirits, right? Everybody was upbeat. And, you know, as cliche as it sounds, you know, we just tried to take it one game at a time. You know, we tried to break it down of, you know, we didn't play well those first 3 games. We didn't deserve the win. But, you know, we didn't want that to define us, define the season. And we still got a long uphill battle to go. But tonight was a good start, right? And, you know, just try to carry this momentum towards Thursday.
So that is it there. Jimmy Butler scored 29 points for Miami, who led 9 in the second half before getting outscored 48-22 in a 14-minute stretch. That turned the game completely around. Game 5 is on Thursday. So that'll be all for sports this morning. Well, the sunrise continues, but a message for a birthday. Well, this is for Yvette Osei Tutu, CEO of Fashion Foundry. Well, this is a message coming in for you that greatness awaits you and the greatest gifts in life prayed for you on your most special day. Much love, sweetheart. This is coming from Kofi Tramatin. That's a birthday wish for you, Yvette Osei Tutu. May the good Lord continue to bless you. Have a brilliant day. Before Johnny Hughes, Helena Piampofo, and William Asidu take over the seat, DJ Abiam has some fine songs for you. Have a brilliant Wednesday.